France, what are you doing? You just left the front line, guys. Hello there, my good people. It's your boy, the Man Penguin here, and we are back today in some Hearts of Iron 4. Today's video is just really something that is kind of easy, best way to describe it, because I have had video after video attempt go wrong for me. So today's video is pretty simple. It's, well, I'm Britain, and I'm immediately deleting my army, because as Britain, I'm only gonna try and win World War II with planes, and my navy. I'm not getting rid of my navy, because German submarines, but hopefully I'll be able to win WW2 today with just the airplanes, a little bit of navy. Britain's pretty nice though starting out. We have decent research, 4 research slots, which is really goated. And with the extra research slot I've got, I'm so used to like 2 or 3. I'm gonna grab basic large airframes. And also we're just gonna stick with steady as she goes today. And I'm gonna add all of my infantry equipment to the market because I don't need it. Might as well get a construction boost out of my excess equipment. It's mid 37 and so far this is what my production lines look like. Just mainly focusing on fighters and CAS for now. Hoping if I can spam fighters and obviously CAS, I might be able to stop the Germans before they can even get through France. And in the event that I can't, I have other plans. And this plan definitely has nothing to do with getting improved large airframes and improved light airframes using Bomber Command and Fighter Command, because I'm definitely not intending to use Strat Bombers or anything to level Germany to the ground. Oh, we got the Munich conference. You know, my Air Force honestly is probably good enough to fight the Germans, but the Czechoslovaks are not going to get my help today. You know, something about Neville Chamberlain and appeasement and Sudeten Germans and blah, 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 and, you know, Slovakians. Ugh. But I will draw the line at Poland. I'll wait until it's too late, and then I'll draw the line for the Germans to stop invading. And there's the German declaration of war on Poland. World War II has officially started, and now I can put my Air Force to work. The Germans do certainly have quite a few planes, not very many fighters, but a lot of CAS. And of course, the Polish are just immediately losing along the entirety of the front line. But I am contesting their air superiority in Western Poland fairly decently, dealing a little bit of damage. The Poles are last standing along the front. Hopefully that can help them, and I have not grabbed an air doctrine yet. I need to grab that. I'm going to grab operational integrity, obviously. I think operational integrity is the best one for fighters, I do believe. But even with the Air Force to help contend over the skies of Poland, I was not able to save them. They are technically still alive, but I decided to pull my planes out just in case they capped, just because I have an irrational fear of my Air Force being stolen, because back during, I believe, the No Step Back DLC, you could actually steal the enemy Air Force if you took airports and they were still in it. I don't know if I'm remembering correctly or not. I feel like at some point in time, if you captured an airport with enemy planes in it, you would be able to steal their planes, or obviously vice versa. I could be misremembering though, or getting confused, and if you guys happen to remember it as well, just let me know in the comments below, because I am really curious if I'm misremembering or if it actually was something that happened. Oh, Spain is justifying a war goal against me. That's curious. I guess I should have coursed Spain, but I didn't. That's a whoopsie daisy. Well, Spain will just be one to join the chopping block. Southern Norway, where's that naval invasion? Right there. Norway, I got your back, brother, with CAS. Don't lose that port, my friend. Oh, he's gonna lose that port. Oh, he's gonna lose that port real bad, like. Oh boy, I tell you, he's gonna lose that port. Oh boy, fucking Norwegians. They declare war on the Netherlands. I'll get my planes over there. Maybe even try and get some CAS in there to help. I wonder if it'll work or not. I guess we're gonna see. I have more planes than they do. They have no planes. I have a lot of CAS over them too. I wonder if CAS will be enough. I don't know if planes are gonna be enough. I'm really trying to help the Dutch here. I really, really am. Oh my god, they're gonna lose Amsterdam. I got so much CAS over them, they're gonna lose Amsterdam. The Dutch are basically useless. And there go those wooden-shoed, tulip-munching windmill lovers. Hopefully the Belgians can manage to hold better than the Dutch did. But that is a lot of red for the Belgians, so I'm sending some last-ditch weapons to try and help them out a little bit. In the railway gun. Now, some might say, isn't the railway gun kind of part of the army? And sure, you could make that argument, but I would kind of say in a roundabout way, they're really part of the Air Force. A railway gun never, and really shouldn't, touch the ground. Like, it doesn't traverse along the ground, it traverses along rails. So in a roundabout way, it's kind of like a plane. Basically, a railway gun is a plane. And it shoots the shell up in the air, and that shell flies along like a plane, and if that shell was launched by George Bush, it would go into somewhere where it's not supposed to go into, and then it would be blamed on the Iraqis. I mean, they're holding. This is brutal to watch. Oh, Belgium just capped. Because of course they did, because they're cowards. France, what are you doing? You just left the front line, guys. Okay, guys, please don't die. Luxembourg has held out longer than the Belgians, and that's not a surprise, okay? That's not a surprise to any of us. We expect the Luxembourgians to hold out longer than the Belgians, because the Belgians are cowardly. But the front line is not looking pretty for the French right now. That is a decent bit of red. Little bit of green, though. I have definitely done a little bit of damage to the German Air Force, and casualty-wise, the Germans have taken 1 million casualties. I've dealt none, unfortunately, but who cares about my lack of casualties? I don't think the game really counts casualties very well, because I have been laying down the law with the CAS, but I don't think it actually counts because I have no divisions in the battle proper. But it doesn't matter because the front line has flipped from red to green for the French. The French look good, they look fully equipped, they look fully orged. The Germans look terrible, they have no org, and they are low strength. But let me check down here in Africa. I kind of forgot that this whole front even existed. Looks like the Italians have made it through El Alamein, but that's nothing 200 CAS can't handle. The Germans are pushing through France, even though I have CAS up, I think? I should. I mean, the last time I checked, I had Cass over France and the Benelux. Oh, I do not have Cass over France or the Benelux, apparently. Well, that explains a lot. I just thought the French were being their typical incompetent selves, but actually it was my fault. Whoopsie daisy. Luckily, Cass is fast acting and has blunted the German offensive into France. I kind of feel bad for the Germans. I mean, could you imagine being in their position? It's like, it's horrible. Having no anti-air support and just getting Cass bombed to death is like one of the worst HOI4 experiences ever. But besides the Germans, the Axis has invaded a couple other parts of the world, like Portugal and the Balkans. Unfortunately, I don't have quite enough Cass to death stack in these places, so they are making some sort of advances. Like Yugoslavia just capped, and that's not great. And Greece isn't doing too well either. But it feels like the Axis success is starting to snowball a little bit because the Germans are pushing France and they're about to cap them, I do believe. It's not entirely surprising because the French have completely ran out of manpower. Democratic France and manpower are two things that do not go together, like George Bush and the Twin Towers. But there go the French, you know. They were pretty useful, actually. You know, they lived till 1942, and they tried their hardest to hold out with zero manpower, and they dealt a lot of casualties to the Germans. 4.74 million and about 1 million to the Italians. So they definitely were no slouches, even if they did eventually die. Luxembourg. Luxembourg still lives. It contains the entire Allied war effort, but Luxembourg still lives. That is so based by Luxembourg, man. I'm literally just, that's based. And it's also not even remotely surprising that they still live. Luxembourg is the greatest nation on Earth. Unfortunately, I have no divisions to alleviate them, so I'm going to invite the Americans into the faction now because they're at war with the Japanese and I'm at war with the Japanese. And I'm going to hope that they'll flood their divisions into Western Europe because, you know, I can't really do it because I have no divisions. I only have planes. And without clearing out Luxembourg, the Germans had declared war on the Soviets. That is not their brightest moment. So I got military access and I sent my railway guns to the Soviets, and apparently they're actually supporting some of the Soviet battles. Oh yeah, the world is absolutely falling apart right now. The Germans are not having a good time. They probably should not have declared war on the Soviet Union after they took 4.74 million casualties trying to invade France. My Cass is just demolishing everything in its way, plus my railway guns. They also help. And the Americans and the Soviets, I don't know how the Soviets turned up in Italy, but they did, but the Americans and the Soviets are taking Mussolini out back, to say the least. It's 1943 and the Germans are not, they're basically done. I think the Soviets have got this under control though. In terms of casualties, I've taken 15,000 somehow. I don't actually know how. I have whopping zero divisions. No, I have 5 divisions. Oh, my railway guns. I forgot about them. But still, I have no divisions, technically. I've dealt, well, I'm not on the freaking map for casualties dealt. I'm sure I've dealt some, like I had to. I've dropped so much Cass on these guys. East Africa, or East Asia, not going so great though. I probably will get my Navy over there eventually. I should probably mention this just to show it off so that way you guys are aware. The plane that I ran the vast majority of the time to blow up the German Air Force was this Spitfire template here. Really simple, very easy to use. It's good enough, you know, it does the job. My maritime patrol vehicle looks like this. It's a little bit of a mess, but it does, again, a job. And my Strat Bomber also looks like this. Again, a mess, but does a job. Cass is pretty simple. Usually I run rockets, but I don't have rockets today, so we're just using anti-tank cannons. But, you know, just gotta appreciate the air for what it's done, and what it's done is decimate the Germans' war machine, basically. You don't really need super-duper fancy planes to win the air war. You just need planes that are better than what the AI can make. But it's really all about numbers, and obviously the AI does not make meta fighters, so you don't have to make meta fighters to beat them. I didn't today. I just made enough to compete fairly. And there goes World War II, just like that. I have 744 war score, so not bad. I need resources, so I'm going to start stealing provinces that are rich with resources. And here's the peace deal. Well, it kind of looks like what you'd expect. Hungary got split in half, and I respect that. I just stole a couple provinces. I stole southern France, but I stole a couple provinces that have aluminium. Oh, and Africa's disgusting. Apparently Spain was still alive, so now they're not alive anymore. But poor Spain, they kind of got shafted a little bit, so it only seemed fair for me to basically absorb them, right? I did a lot of work killing Spain, and by a lot of work, I mean I did absolutely nothing. But now Spain is, well, Spain looks better than it did before, I think. Everybody already knows that Spain is paying, so we just really... How the hell did I get Italy? Why did I get Italy? I'm not complaining, but why did I get Italy? I respect that, I really do. And why are there so many Japanese subs over here? What is going on? I gotta teach Tojo a lesson for putting his goddamn subs in my English channel. I adore motherships, man. They just absolutely shred the enemy. And obviously, I'm a big fan of Strat Bombers as well, although I don't know how useful they really are, if we're being honest with ourselves. But I'm blowing up Japan. I'm trying to blow up Japan, at least. And also, I'm going to throw out my main navy now. I just so happened to peek down here and, well, that's a good chunk of the Japanese navy gone once more. They had like 300 ships at one point before I decided to put my navy out here. Now they're down to 100. Oh my god. Oh my goodness gracious. Poor Japan. They're going the way of the dodo, to say the very least. Dude, oh my god, America. Walk into Nagasaki. Like, you're literally, you have free reign to walk in there, and you're not. I'm not. Oh, well, there's the end of the war. As I was complaining, there's the end of the war. I have 127 war score. That's not enough for anything. Literally at all. I was literally quite able to get this island and then part of Siam. But you know what? I did pretty... Oh, and oh my god, North Korea. Kim Il-sung. That looks just like Kim Il-sung, by the way. And that's definitely Syngman Rhee. Look, I mean... I know people say that Asians look alike. I don't know, Paradox. I don't know what you're trying to say here. Well, that was a pretty efficient game by me today. It's just proof that you can win the war with just your navy and airplanes, and honestly, I probably could just win the war with airplanes, but I didn't want to deal with the German subs, so I also used the navy today. Oh, Iran still exists. I forgot about them. I'm gonna channel my inner American here when I deal with the Iranians, so hold on. The poor Iranians are being given the American treatment right now, being bombed to death. I actually don't know if anybody's ever gonna kill them or not. I probably should call my allies into the war so that, you know, someone actually will. I have no division, so I can't do it. I kind of thought the video was going to be over by now, but I kind of forgot that I agreed that I'd help Denmark in their liberation war from the Soviets, so now we're at war with the Soviets. Operation Unthinkable. I kind of forgot all about the frickin' Danish, but now we're at war with the Soviets, and that's okay. Well, my planes are doing what they can to stop the Soviets. I have a lot of CAS. God almighty, it doesn't seem that my large amount of CAS matters. I don't know if the AI is just incompetent or what. The Soviets should not be pushing. I have like thousands of CAS over them right now. AI, what are we doing? Like, are you gonna help me? I can't actually do anything. I have no divisions. Maybe I overreacted a little bit. Maybe the AI does actually have it under control, and they do know what they're doing. I decided to walk away from my computer to go take a shower and do literally anything else right now. And it looks like they're finally pushing into the Soviet Union, so that's a good thing. Good for the AI. I'm very proud of them in that regard. In terms of war score, I got 19%. I've dealt 20,000 strategic bombing damage, or whatever that would mean. This war would have been over a lot quicker if I could build collabs in the Soviets. Unfortunately, while they look like this, they're still only 96% of the way towards capitulation. I am trying to give the Allies a hand by building supply dumps, you know, to help them out. And also strap bombing literally like every single province that I can in the Soviet Union. I have strap bombers literally everywhere. This is buying away the most strap bombers I've ever produced in a game before. And that should say something, because I have 4,000 hours in this piece of shit game. And this is the most strap bombers I've ever produced, because they're kind of pretty much useless. Like, when would you ever use strap bombers ever? The answer, never. Oh my god, the war is finally over. I have 2,000 war score for just literally bombing things, so I'll take that. But the war is finally over. Alright, there she is. There's the peace deal. Well, it's a world with which we live in. Apparently, all you need is planes to win every single war. Oh, China. Good for you, China. I do not care about China at all. You know, it's actually kind of a good world we live in because there's no Poland. But that's the world, and that's the war. And that is what happens when you use planes and no army. You do not need an army to win a war. All you need is planes, and obviously you need the AI to actually be competent. And they were kind of competent today. They had their moments where they were a little incompetent, but they had their moments where they were mostly competent, and good for them. They did a good job today. But that's the video. I'm going to call it here. So thank you guys so much for joining. I shall see you all in the next video. Peace out.